You mentioned the employees using company credentials outside of the company as a bad day-to-day practice or poor example of I guess maybe a lack of cyber hygiene. Is there another example or maybe two examples that you've seen that have been most common or most concerning from your perspective around how people are using their credentials or not protecting their credentials?
So MFA everywhere that you
Okay.
can is definitely one of the things I would strongly recommend as a
Hmm.
day-to-day user. Um, and don't use the same credentials for work as you do in your personal life. Um,
Hmm.
Utilizing password managers is also something that you guys that people can do on a regular basis. And I believe there's not just third-party offerings like 1Password, Bitwarden that are out there, but there are native tools built into the software of everyone's phone who has a smartphone nowadays, right? So if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, I believe there are native password managers that are built into the OS level that you can use to automatically create long, complex passwords or passphrases that you don't necessarily have to remember. All you have to remember is one, a master password, and you make it really long and complex. And what something you can do is simply just build a random sentence and then insert a couple of special characters. So um, password managers will make it look like gobbledygook, but
Hmm.
you can also have a password that says Saeed jumps over the brown dog, long fox 44, and then have a couple special characters in there, right? And as long as you
Yeah.
hit certain levels of entropy, meaning certain levels of length and complexity, however long it takes for a brute force to figure out that specific combination of uh, letters or characters, grows exponentially to the point where it becomes time and cost prohibitive for an
Hmm.
adversary to try to break that password, right? And it's as much about stopping the breach, but it's also about creating as much friction and making it as costly as possible for your organization to become compromised along the way, right?
Hmm.
Um, Putting safeguards in place to accelerate time to understanding and action, but also making sure that you don't make yourself the ripest target. Someone's going to make a mistake. It does happen. You also have things like insider threats, right? You have
Hmm.
a angry employee for whatever reason leave unceremoniously and leave a back door open or sell their credentials or drop some sort of IT related bomb as they leave. And
Yeah.
that could cause damage as well. So you have to be able to see those types of things in as close to real time as possible. And identity has been involved or been at the focal or the core of almost every major breach in the last 12 to 18 months, which is why I like to bang the drum about it down here in Florida.